get a ring so that she can wear it on a necklace around her neck.
Go steady.
And you want to go steady, at the drive-in. What,
Do you know any of these words?
Am I dating? Is this dating me?
I'm assuming that this is like referencing Greece.
I mean,
And just an entire culture in the 1960s
I don't get it.
and 70s.
Yeah, you just gotta
So
want.
at what part do you walk up to the iPod Nano and hit it and go, hey? Welcome everybody to RT Cares, where we take your questions and turn them into the worst advice possible. This week we are joined by professional advice giver Barbara Dunkelman.
Hey, professional advice giver.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not only do you have a show, Always Open, where you not only give amazing advice, but also great premises for us to rip off and put in our show.
We give the best advice we can.
Yes.
We're not always necessarily suited to give the advice we give, but
That is not.
we try.
That is not the goal here.
Okay.
The goal
Okay.
here is almost actively to make people's lives worse.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
you can listen to Always Open and like take something away from it. It's filled with people like really opening up and like pouring their hearts and like really giving thought and time and attention to people's questions. And we are a bunch of stinkers and rascals who do the opposite of that and like hear people's problems and go, "Oh, damn, that sucks."
Wow.
For our-
What a doozy.
For our RTX episode, we asked people to actively beat up and rob Guardians for their shirts, so that you could have.
Which is funny because I think I actually heard about one person who stole a Guardian shirt, and I don't know if it was before or after that happened.
Ooh,
boy.
But
wish,
y'all might be liable for something.
wish you had not have told me that.
It might have been before.
Yeah, not only do you do that, but you also have given me some of the best advice in my personal life. So, I would call you a professional.
Cool.
This week, our question came to us from our email, which is rtcares@roosterteeth.com. It's available here. You can send us a question if you want some terrible advice.
And if you want some nice advice, you can email alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com.
I think you send it to both.
I also
Yeah, see which advice you
see
want.
if we-
Okay.
yeah, exactly. And then depending on if you want to go chaos mode,
That's
you take
funny.
our advice. If you actually want to improve your life,
Yeah,
go to
this is the podcast version of having an angel and a devil on your
Yeah,
shoulder.
truly, yeah. There you go.
So this one is, I'm about to start my junior year of high school, and over the summer, my family moved to a new state. I wasn't unpopular or anything, but I've been thinking this is the perfect chance to rebrand myself. How can I switch up my personality and become the coolest kid in school? Two things. You came to the kings of rebranding stuff in a way that people have mixed reviews on. And secondly, who better to tell you how to be the coolest kid in high school than a bunch of people that are either over 30 or about to be 30?
Or we're not cool at all in high school.
Were you really? I guess you
Oh,
worked here.
not at all.
Yeah. You seem like you'd be really cool in high school.
No, I had a very small group of friends and was not liked by a lot of people. Wow. Yeah, I was not popular.
So I had the position in high school of not being the coolest, but I was definitely the class clown. Like I definitely made people laugh. I'm the guy who definitely dies in the like end of the second act in a war movie. The guy who's like funny with the platoon, who's always like cracking jokes and like making everybody laugh. I'm the guy who gets like mowed down at the end of the second act.
And now there's no more comedic relief, and we go, wow, now it's a serious
Now it's a
movie.
serious movie, exactly. So like, yeah, not cool, but like I feel like genuinely liked and stuff like that, but definitely not like, oh, let me show him how cool he is with some sex, because that was not happening.
That is the perfect way to describe you, because I feel like if you did die, I would be motivated to get better.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad I could
Touching.
be part of your personal journey.
Yeah, his growth.
Yeah, exactly.
I've said this before on different podcasts and stuff, but I feel like I went to high school in one of the best times to go into high school, because like
It was like mid 2000s.
I graduated 2014. So
Okay.
I went to high school from 2007 through 2014.
You were in
I got
high school
held
for
back.
7 years.
I got held back. No, I didn't. That's not true.
Okay, I was like, that's
No,
not,
from-
that's not mathing for
From
me.
2014 to, or from 2010 to 2014,
Okay.
I believe, is when I went to high school. And High School Musical had already come out, had already had multiple sequels. And so people were like really jazzed about this idea to just like, you know, be yourself, be who you're going to be.
Yeah.
And that also maybe the high school athlete could maybe also do drama. Oh.
What?
So
like,
multidimensional.
I wasn't unpopular. I wasn't popular. I was just kind of like an average guy. But that's kind of how everyone was. Everyone was just kind of like a person.
I felt like it was more like that in like the 11th and 12th grade for me.
Sure.
I feel like 9th and 10th it was more about like who's popular, who's the cool kids, who's like the outcast.
Yeah, because we're expected to like fit into those.
And then by the time you get to know everyone a little bit more in your class and your grade, it's like, oh, we're all just people.
Yeah.
What I do think is interesting, and one of the reasons I picked this question is because I also moved schools my junior year. And I moved from a Los Angeles school to a school in a place called Menifee, California, which I don't know if either of you have ever heard of.
Oh, beautiful Menifee. No,
No.
No one has.
Menifee is a place that exists everywhere, and it's not so much a physical location as much as like a place where education goes down and meth sales go up.
Sure. Yeah.
Menifee is not geographical; it is a state of being.
And where did the writer say he was going? It wasn't
Didn't
Menifee.
say.
Okay.
Just
Maybe it was Menifee.
Maybe
A
they're going to
different
Menifee.
state. Yeah, exactly.
If you are, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Oops.
And in which case, the correct answer to how to be the coolest kid in school is start cooking. You know, get your Heisenberg on is really
Crystal blue persuasion.
yeah, precisely.
I was never like really sexualized as a kid, which is good. I think is a great thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a good thing. Yeah.
Going with this.
Well, I feel like the only time I ever came close to that is when I walked into my 8th grade history class, which was taught by the high school varsity football coach, who saw an over 6 foot tall child walk into his room, and he just went, "Oh yeah, you look good with shoulder pads on. Oh, you look so good on my starting line."
Very close.
And then he found out what all people have found out eventually is that Armando Torres is not very good at physical exertion.
Do not sport.
No. I did great at freshman football because I was so much taller than everybody. So all I had to do was grab your pads and stand up and you would choke. And then my sophomore year, I played varsity football, which where I was playing against people who were men. I was playing against full-grown men.
Pretty,
terrifying, scary men who had to shave every day. I got fucking hit by a guy with a tattoo, and I was like, I'm 13.
Stop!
What is going on?
You were a young high schooler.
Yeah, I think I meant 14. I don't know. I don't remember the ages. The point is that it shouldn't have been the way that it went. So I moved over to doing like drama. I did a lot of arts. I got really into like doing creative stuff. That's when I started doing like improv and all that shit, whatever. My junior year, I moved, and the same exact thing happened in the new school where I walked into a history class. All fucking varsity football coaches teach history.
I mean, read the book, take the test. You don't have to do a lot of like
Sure.
synthesis of information. It is really just kind of a lot of rote memorization for the most part of things that like, it's one of those things where it's like, your high school varsity football coach is going to be teaching math where it's like, now you see why this works is because there's like a remainder, and that remainder is like folded, like there's like actual math. By the way, that was about as advanced math as I get. There's not like, they don't have to synthesize the information and like convey it to you in a way that demonstrates their knowledge of it. It really, with history, it's very much like open. He also has the book open going like,
well, this is what happened.
Yep.
So who teaches American history in Canada where you went? Is that like the hockey coach or what? Who does that?
The history teacher?
No, the U.S. history teacher.
We do learn some stuff about U.S. history. We learn world history typically. Yeah. But it's funny because my football coach was actually my history teacher. So it does go cross nations.
That's
you see those guys down there just because they couldn't get enough beaver. That's really why we're
Oh yeah.
And that's why we're gonna win the game, because we're the ones who run the meters faster, eh?
on all 3 downs.
It's true. We do have 3 downs in Canadian football.
Oh, you guys are so fucking wrong.
It makes it more challenging because you have to do it quicker.
Yeah. play any team from Minneapolis, you fucking piece of shit.
But yeah, I also played football in high school.
Did you really?
Mhm, for 3 years.
Like football or football?
Football, like with a
Don't
pig
do
skin.
that. Don't do that.
Sorry. Is
No,
that
no,
better?
no, 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 no,
Oh God,
no,
no,
no.
This?
no.
Blur it, blur it.
No, not soccer. Football.
Gotcha.
And basketball.
Wow. I didn't. And you weren't popular?
No.
the
Because
the decisiveness, which that was a great line read. No.
No.
no, absolutely not. No.
I when I was in my junior year, I went to this new school, and I also the reasoning behind it. It sounds more dramatic than it was. My parents, my mom and my stepdad were going through a divorce. They sent me to live with my grandmother, so I knew that I was only going to be there for about half a year. And so I went there. I walked into the history teacher, who was the varsity football player or football coach, and he was like, "You're going to be an excellent football player for, oh my God. And what school did you go to? Oh my God, they're like a division school." And I was like, yeah, man. But it was off season and we weren't playing. And so I got to basically join the football team, go to practice. But because I was on varsity and it was off season, I didn't have to do any of the drills. So I got pulled out of class all the time to go do football shit, full well knowing that when summer came around, I would be back in Los Angeles.
Oh,
What did
yeah.
what did you do when you got pulled for football stuff?
We would just go over tapes and go over plays, and they would be teaching me stuff.
Didn't
And
you
also,
have to like be outside doing shit?
nope. Wow. I didn't have to do fucking shit.
Man,
That's the best of
what
both worlds.
a scam.
Yeah.
What a grift.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is my advice to you is to get as fucking big as humanly possible so that you, when you walk into your history teacher / football player coach, why do I keep doing that? Football coach's office,
Football
they
player
force
coach.
you to be in football, which instantly makes you cool. I got invited to so much shit just because I was a varsity football player.
Yeah.
It's the best way to make friends. I was cool. I was like actually like CW TV show cool for half a school year just because I lied and told them I would eventually play football.
I think, and I was going to say, my advice to you is to pay you just a couple of people, and maybe paid actors, maybe other, like approach some students and get them beforehand to, when you walk into the school doors, for like one kid to go, "Whoa!" and like lower their lower their glasses and look at you as you walk into the school and just "Whoa!" and just do that, and then everyone slowly turns. Yeah. And in fact, if there is some sort of like, I don't know, jukebox situation in your school, if you could like hit it and like start a song, that could really.
How long has it been since you went to school?
I mean, like, you know, you're going to want to join probably the T-Birds and get yourself a pink lady, probably, to be like your number one, your sweetie. She'll probably get a ring so that she can wear it on a necklace around her neck.
Go steady.
And you want to go steady, at the drive-in.
Do you know any of these words?
Am I dating? Is this dating me?
I'm assuming that this is like referencing Greece.
I mean,
And just an entire culture in the 1960s
I don't get any of this.
and 70s.
Yeah, you just kind of
So
want
at what part do you walk up to the iPod Nano and hit it and go, hey?
God, remember iPod Nano docks? Like there was a whole like series of like, there's a whole like section of technology that was made for iPods to like dock to.
Oh, yeah.
So you can play like every single one of those in a fucking landfill right now.
Yeah.
We're just creating an entire generation of junk.
Yeah.
Unplayable junk now.
That's what
So
we
anyway.
did. That's what my parents did. A whole generation of junk. I love your idea because like we live in a day and age where anyone can be sort of famous for anything.
Yeah.
Like I have
Like if you're a tastemaker.
Yeah, a tastemaker. Exactly. I have millions of friends who I didn't know were like influencers on tastemakers,
Thank you.
on TikTok. And like if you get one person to go, "Whoa," the whole school's going to be like, "That's that kid that does the floss and talks about how he can't pay his rent anymore."
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn.
I have two options for my advice.
Okay.
Love it.
First one is find the kids who do all the drugs, because we all know drugs are cool.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like you're immediately cool if you're
Yeah.
in with the kids
Sick.
who do the drugs.
That's right.
Step one. Option two would be pretend you are a reporter who's undercover at a high school, but tell them that they can't tell anybody.
Oh, holy shit! Are you never been kissing me? Are you never been kissing? Are you... Oh God, I got never been kissed. Oh, I don't know why the kid going to this high school is a dock worker from Long Island, but
Oh, hold on a second. Are you telling me in our third period math class that you have never been kissing me? Whoa. Yeah, they did say different state, didn't specify which one.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Rock solid advice.
Yeah. We can't go wrong with either of them.
I love that both of your pieces of advice require you to basically be a narc, because either one of your options requires you going, "Hey, other kids, where the drugs at?"
Yes, I love partaking in the drugs.
1 cocaine, please. And then-
Do you have a dollop of meth by any chance on you?
dollop. Hello, shopkeep.
Do you have a dollop? I'm sorry, that's the funniest fucking thing I've heard today.
Is that not what it's called?
Oh, no. But it should be.
So dollop of meth, dollop of meth. Paid child actors to go wow,
Yeah.
and then be big as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do all
think,
three.
I think
all three.
just fucking lie. Just lie. It's high school. No one cares.
No
one's
one
gonna
cares.
remember.
No one
Yeah.
cares.
No one at all is going to remember. I just realized that in a year, it's going to be 10 years since I graduated high school. And I have not heard of one single reunion. I don't think reunions happen anymore.
I don't think so too.
I think we
think
just have
about-
Instagram.
I don't think about
Yeah.
anybody I went to high school with ever
No.
Yeah.
anymore. So real advice is just don't care. Just like be there and like find people who you like and are cool and want to hang out with. And yeah, I think a lot of people also might be excited by a prospect of a new student. You know, like
Yeah.
new kid in school.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be his friend.
Yeah, and honestly, like my genuine advice: find something that interests you and get good at it, because something that will matter in college and will be like attractive to both potential like romantic partners and just like people is people who are good at things and have an interest
And are passionate
and
about
are
those
passionate
things.
about something. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, I never wanted to take piano lessons as a kid because I thought that was uncool. It's like, I'm going to take guitar lessons. So I took guitar lessons and I can play guitar. But now I think back at it, it's like, honestly, if I would be so thrilled if I was like super, super good at piano now, because at a certain point it's like, no, just be good at something. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
know how to do anything, and people will find that interesting.
Very respectful.
I think I'm going to merge your two answers together and say, get really good at dealing drugs. It'll
Yeah.
help you. The consequences before you turn 18 are very minor. You're not going to go to jail forever. They expunge your record
Just
once
like
you
a
become an
few
adult.
days, just a few days.
Yeah, you'll be fine. And then once you get to college, that's the big leagues, baby. Thank you for joining us, and I hope that helped so much. Hey, it's me, Armando Torres, professional cool guy, and I'm glad that you liked this episode of RT Cares, where we taught you how to be cool. That's just kind of what we do. We walk around and we make people's lives better. Be funnier! See? That's Inside Gaming, by the way. If you want to watch the full version of this episode, the full video version, go to roosterteeth.com. And while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe. She's pointing at her boobs.